takes off. Oh, it's quite a big one. He's pretty pleased with that, I think. Whether it's going to get into the medals, I think it might be an improvement on his 6 meters so far. He certainly generated plenty of height. Gets a white flag, which is all important. He hit the board probably about 3/4 the way along. Hard to tell whether that will be an improvement on 6 meters, but certainly he seemed pretty pleased with it. And so did his guide as well. A round of applause from his guide as he lands in the pit. Take a slow motion view of him there with sand spraying everywhere as he hit the pit. And we'll wait for that distance to come up. We'll keep a very close watch on this men's long jump in these closing jumps, because the medals could go any which of 3 or 4 ways. Xavier Porras is trying to make that 5 ways if he can get himself. I don't think he's done enough to get a medal. He might have improved his jump of 6 meters though. We'll give you that distance as soon as it comes up. Meanwhile, this thing tells you we're back on the track.
For the men's 800 meters,
6 meters and 8 centimeters for Porras. A slight improvement, but no better than 5th for him.
Full lineup on the board for you, strolling through from lanes 2 to 8. And there in lane 5, former Paralympic bronze and silver medalist, representing Japan, Jun Hiromichi.
So the full lineup for this first heat as the selected athletes are introduced to the crowd.
America, the silver medalist from the Games in Beijing, Joshua George.
A twirl of the hand from Joshua George, almost like an actor taking a curtain call, as he sits ready for this first heat. First 3 in each heat qualify. It's Brent Lakatos in Canada in lane 2, who's married to the Paralympics GB long jump silver medalist Steph Reed. Richard Coleman of Australia in 3, Zhao of China in 4, Hiromichi of Japan in 5, Yu of Korea in 6, Joshua George of the USA in 7, and Zach Abbott of the USA in lane 8. 800 metres, 2 laps of the track.
His last jump.
First bend taken in lanes. Silent. The long jumper is Andrei Koptev now, trying to leap himself into the medals. Currently in 4th position. I'm not sure that's going to be far enough for Andrei Koptev. He may well, having been in the medals for a long time, have to settle for 4th place in the long jump as the athletes are called to their marks for this 800 metres T53 first heat for wheelchair races. And away they go. Great start in lane 2 from the Canadian Brent Lakatos, who's already up on Richard Coleman just outside him as they go round this first bend, wheeling away from my position. But Richard Coleman, having been slightly slow away from the start, has now got into his wheeling on the far side, and he is the leader on that far side as across comes Joshua George to take 2nd place as the athletes break from their lanes on the far side. Lakatos settles in 3rd place. The second of the American athlete, Zach Abbott, that looks like in 4th. As they go around the top bend, they're roared on by the crowd, and it is Richard Coleman of Australia who leads them into the home straight, just ahead of Joshua George, with Brent Lakatos of Canada in the black and white. The Korean athlete, Buyong Yu, is making his way up the inside between chairs as well, as they come past the bell. 53.14 after 400 metres. In the long jump, by the way, 5.96 for Andrei Koptev. He will not finish in the medals. The medalists are now known, but in which order we will find out shortly. But here along the back straight, it is still Richard Coleman of Australia looking to get his place in the first 3 from Joshua George of the USA. In 3rd place is Byung-Hoon Yu of Korea, but there are still 5 in contention for these 3 places automatically through to the final as they come round away to my left now and enter the home straight with still the green and yellow of Richard Coleman of Australia, who's a chair and a half's length ahead of Yu of China now. Lakatos being caught round the outside now in the home straight, a stalling finish. It's Richard Coleman of Australia who wins it. Yu, I think, just about hung on for 2nd, the Korean athlete in 2nd position. We'll confirm that for you on the scoreboard. It was a very close finish with athletes finishing fast. Richard Coleman of Australia confirmed as the winner, 1:41.86. Yu of Korea is 2nd, 1:42.2. A season's best for him as the second automatic qualifier, and the third place did go to Brent Lakatos of Canada on 42.22. A personal best for him, a 10th of a second ahead of Joshua George, who will hope to get through as one of the fastest losers. So, over in the long jump pit, the stadium falls silent for Lex Gillette of the USA, currently in second, 6:34, needs to improve by 13 centimetres to have a chance of the gold. 2 jumpers to go after him. Li Duan of China and Kadyshev. His first run-up is aborted after literally 4 or 5 steps. He knew straight away a bit of noise in the stadium had just put him off his stride slightly, so he is reset by his guide back into position.
So just 3 jumps to go in this long jump final. Lex Gillette is the world record holder. So let's make sure he gets absolute perfect conditions. Make his last round jump in. He won the silver medal twice in this final in Paralympic Games, twice in a row, dating back to Athens in 2004. He's currently lying in the silver medal position.